Season of Discovery has been a blast for me, and as it feels for a big part of the World of Warcraft community as well. Today it gets 3 weeks old, and I want to take the opportunity to talk about the things that are making it absolutely great and why. In the past few days, some content creators started giving their first reviews on how they feel about the game so far, and there are definitely things Blizzard needs to improve on. But today I want to embrace the good things, because I feel like our community in general is quick to jump on the things that suck. But on my channel I want to embrace positivity and be constructive on things that need to be worked on. If you are interested in such kind of a video, please tell me in the comments. Before we begin, let me tell you how I approached Season of Discovery. As most of you, I was very hyped for this new season. I planned the character I wanted to be playing on and what their profession most likely will be. Due to the lack of information, there was no other way I could really plan something out. We had no server list and we did not really know what is really going to happen when we finally can enter the servers. I approached the game completely blind, including my 15-year World of Warcraft background. But during the leveling of my first character to level 25, I did not look up any runes or any information online. I avoided Season of Discovery content on YouTube and Twitch, and I only engage with the in-game community to find out where to find runes and sometimes how to even unlock them. I streamed my way to level 25, and approaching the game like that was a great success for me. I cannot remember having so much fun in a World of Warcraft game for years now. After I hit level 25, I started looking up information online to fill my gaps, and on my alts I started using sources such as Wowhead, because now my goal changed to get stuff done as quickly as possible, because my focus switched to creating videos and streams. Yet I still had a blast leveling my second character to level 25, and I'm planning on getting another alt to level 25 soon as well. But let's stop talking about me. What about you? What do you like about Season of Discovery so far? I would love to read some comments on that. I will definitely take my time and read everything, and I wish to partake in a general constructive discussion. Without further ado, let's get into the 3 things Season of Discovery is great at. Reason number 1, it is unsolved. Imagine a Rubik's Cube. Season of Discovery is a new Rubik's Cube with a completely new meta to be solved. Classic World of Warcraft is a completely solved game. Everyone knows the best talents, the best ways to farm gold, and the best ways of everything. With Season of Discovery, Blizzard threw a new Rubik's Cube into the community, giving the community something to chew on. From the average gamer dad figuring out how to find their missing runes in Azeroth, to the hardcore gamer figuring out what classes are the best in PvP or PvE and which class exceeds at the logs. And since Blizzard keeps making changes to the game, the Rubik's Cube does not stay the same. With every hotfix, there is a possibility that the almost solved Rubik's Cube gets turned and twisted again. Our generation of gamers is focused on solving and finishing games as quick as possible, and with 4 phases and possibly more to come, there's a possibility of a Rubik's Cube that the community is never completely able to solve. And if you look into the basics of behavioral design, it can be a carrot on a stick that leads people into keep playing the game. And in that way it does not get boring for most of the players. This carrot could lead the solid player base of Classic into hopefully Classic Plus. Talking about Classic Plus, did you see that there's going to be an endgame content phase at the end of Season of Discovery? Does that mean Classic Plus confirmed? The hard and firmly pressed brick of Classic World of Warcraft dissolved into a flexible cube, opening up for exploration and experimentation. With the phased content, there is more possibility to try out new characters and new specs in different settings, with the talent respecking cost being so cheap that it doesn't really hurt you that much anymore. And let's be real, being more flexible is just more fun. For me at least. With more and more phases coming into the game, the Rubik's Cube will grow and grow even further, because more talents and skills will be usable. It is pretty much confirmed at this point that we get way more rune slots than we have right now. More instances and items are going to be added. These will be even more things the community is going to chew on. In my opinion, the later phases will address the issue that is coming from some hardcore WoW players right now, that phase 1 does not have that much to do. I think it is good that way. It gives room to experiment with the game right now, and also to get a feeling for Season of Discovery, because in the later phases the gameplay loop gets way more time intensive, and I don't think it will be as easy to play several alts at the same time as it is currently in the vanilla version of the game. And let's be honest, considering that only 10 to 15% of the player base even reached level 25 right now, and approximately 2% of the player base have cleared Black Fathom Deep so far, the content cadence seems to be very very good for the majority of players. I would count myself into the more hardcore side of the WoW player base according to my playtime, yet I still feel like I have stuff to do, with 2 characters being level 25, one of them being completely done with the entire content of phase 1 including rep grinds and runes. But if you don't like playing alts, there's a potential for you getting out of stuff to do very soon. If that is the case, just feel free to take a break. What kind of player are you? Do you even have a character at level 25? And if you do, how far are you in the progression? Do you plan on playing alts? Type it in the comments, I'm very interested in the results. Let's continue with the second reason why Season of Discovery is great right now. Reason number 2. Season of Discovery respects your time. World of Warcraft Classic is already a game that pretty much respects your time. You can log in and just start playing, and you decide how long you want your session to be taking. It does not require daily logins or put any kind of fear of missing out on you. In Season of Discovery you can get the same experience, but better in my opinion. With different level caps in the different phases, the content is gated, which is great for 2 different reasons. Number 1, it gives time for those who cannot play the game for several hours a day to catch up with those who can. The gap between a casual and a hardcore player is not as big as if they would have released the entire content in one sitting. Imagine Season of Discovery not being gated right now. People would have no-lived the game for the past 3 weeks and be working on already clearing endgame content, while the average player didn't even hit the level cap of the current phase 1. It gives the entire community a chance to grow into the next phase together and will provide us with a way more connected player base. Number 2, it creates different sub-metas for every content band, giving the player base a Rubik's Cube to solve, as I pointed out in my first point of this video. Not being forced to play because you might be missing out on so much content gives us player a lot more freedom to explore and experiment. For myself, I'm always interested in gold making methods, but most of the time it's a kind of content I do skip because I feel like I have so much other stuff to do, or there could be other things that other people are working on right now. It is the first time I really engage in trying out different gold making methods. If you are interested in making some gold in Season of Discovery right now, then click on the video in the top right corner where I show you 3 ways of making gold that are pretty much safe from bots. It's a choice I've consciously made and I was not forced to do it. I have over 100 gold on my main right now. I don't really need more gold, but I have the freedom to engage in the content because the game respects my time in that regard. Like Fathom Deeps is a fairly easy raid you can pump through with the boys in under an hour or easily pug it, and besides that there's PvP and rep grinds to do. There's always controversy about the difficulty of the game. In my opinion, we should never sacrifice fun and freedom in activities for difficulty and tedious gameplay. We have different versions of World of Warcraft for that, and I hope for the following phases it will stay that way. In my opinion, Blizzard should have already considered using content gating in different versions of World of Warcraft, such as Hardcore. Hardcore World of Warcraft is pretty dead right now due to the big hype around Season of Discovery. I think it could be a great possibility for Blizzard to bounce the player base between the different versions of the game. What do you think about that? Let's continue with reason number 3. The game gets adjusted. Blizzard has been actively working on the game for the past few weeks, with several updates per week, therefore adjusting the class balance as well. The game keeps changing while we are playing it, and this is great because on the one hand it keeps the Rubik's Cube twisting and turning for the entire player base, so we cannot settle on the game state forever. Look at the changes to hunter pets and how the hunter community had to adjust to these changes rapidly every time, so we saw hunters running around with more pets in 3 weeks than an entirety of classic vanilla. Let us not talk about how they are still way too OP. This is a topic for a different video. What I'm getting at is that the game is kept fresh and the community is getting hurt. Although the battle for Ashenvale seems to be a big mountain of problems for Blizzard, and I hope they will put more thought into planning the next PvP event for phase 2. Blizzard keeps introducing small changes into the world, such as introducing the new Tailor items, addressing the problems for casters being too weak right now. Even though I'm not sure if this will be enough in any way, but that is also a topic for a completely different video. We should definitely keep on giving feedback so Blizzard can work on pain points in the game. I want to use my platform for that as well. That's why your feedback is also very important to me. On the other hand, addressing the class balance issues such as buffing Shadow Priests and Moonkins also feels very good, so you are more comfortable with engaging with these class fantasies and again giving you more freedom to what you want to do in the game. I don't think it should be our main priority to have a completely balanced game in the first place. World of of Warcraft Classic is in no way a competitive game and it should not aim to get there. We have retail World of Warcraft for that kind of player base. Blizzard's goal in the following phases should be to make every class and spec be useful or playable or fun to play without taking logs or SCADA ratings into consideration. In my opinion, it is always gameplay and fun over balance and rankings. Even though balance is also part of having fun. As a priest player myself, I can tell you that pre-made PGs with 3 priests in a group with 3 prayer of mandings jumping around is definitely not a fun experience for the opposite side. What do you think about the current state of adjustments that have been implemented in the last weeks? Is it enough or does Blizzard need to put in more work? And there we go. These are my 3 reasons why Seasons of Discovery is great. If you enjoyed this video so far, please consider giving it a like and feel free to put a comment on this video. Also do take a look into the video description and follow my stream. I'm streaming Season of Discovery regularly on Twitch, feel free to join me there. If you're about to hit level 25 and wondering what you have to do in the end game, I created a video for you that you can click on the left right now. If you want some ways to make some gold right now, click the video on the right. And if you have any other topics you want me to cover on my channel, please feel free to comment on the video as well. And we will see us in the next one. Bye!